And welcome to the CueSports International Expo, being hosted at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. This is the Predator World 10-Ball Championship, presented by CueSports International and sponsored by Predator. It is the only WPA-sanctioned World Championship to take place in American soil. This 64-player field was increased to 128 players and has prize monies of over $250,000, $60,000 to the winner. It's based on invites and WPA rankings. This is George Teachair in the booth with Mark White. Mark, what a match we have to start things off.
Good morning, everyone around the world, Paul fans everywhere. Yep, and well, I think it's a lovely thing when you see the defending champion open up on the TV table on day one, and I'm really looking forward to this.
You know, it's almost like it was staged. It is a great thing. This is a race to 8. This is a 2-stage tournament. The first part is a race to 8 double elimination. Final stage, which is the remaining 32 players, it will go to a race to 10, but that won't be until Friday. Today, this is a first round match between KACI and Emil Andre Gangflot from Norway. KACI, of course, from Albania.
I thought he was going to carry on there for a minute, George.
I was waiting for you to tell them there was an alternate break, race to 8.
Well, as you know, we're totally unrehearsed here. No one knows what each other's doing. We just come and sit down and start talking, and whoever gets to the microphone first speaks first.
We try to take turns, folks.
So KACI then made a ball on the break. Good start. And surprisingly, was here. Well, I can't say early. He didn't arrive till about 5 minutes before we started.
He's a busy man. But this is alternate break. No early 10s, no 10-ball break. 30-second time clock. Playing the 2-ball down the rail for position on the 3. Will he go 3 times across the table? No, he's going to go nice and soft. What a great touch for a shot like that.
Beautifully played. Look at this. Don't go over the 4, which ended a little bit awkward. Now, all these 14 tables that we're using, 13 other matches going on at the moment as well, which we will keep you up to date with. All the tables, the table fitters worked very, very hard night before last and all day yesterday to get these tables recovered and in excellent condition. And they're playing very, very well. I just saw a post from Jason Shaw. He's very, very happy with the tables and complimented Predator on the way they got to work to rectify a few little hiccups.
And work hard they did.
So,
in fact, that was the first break on this new cloth.
It was, yeah.
He's going to go ahead and try to use all the ball, and he's called it cross corner.
Yeah, I think he's just playing safe.
He's made it. And he's going to end up with a shot on the 4. And I'm not sure he can play it off the 5 and make it in the side.
I think he's going to have to cut it direct. Yeah. Or he's looking to see if it goes down the end, I think, George.
With new cloth, he's got to hit it perfect, but he could slide it in off the rail.
Well, he's digging down on this, so... Wow, this is a tough shot he's attempting here.
It's going to take a soft touch, because if he hits it hard, it hits that side, it won't stay in. See?
Yeah, it was a long way off with that, and it was very difficult cueing. And also, well, he made it harder by raising the butt, I think.
Anytime you elevate that cue stick, the more it elevates, the higher the percentage is going to throw your shot off.
So here's our first look at Emil Andre Gangflot. So come on, tell us a little bit about him, George. I know you've been working tirelessly.
He's a 19-year-old player from Norway. He's sponsored by MES and plays with the MES EC9B3. He's also sponsored by Taum, Zantip, and Sandman Billiards.
Oh, he didn't take any risks there, George. So played a nice safety. Has he left it? He's left the window through there. Look, can you believe it? Or has he?
You just see it. But he can't make it. I don't believe he can make it.
No, I don't think he can make it, but...
No, he's going to try to masse around the 10 ball.
He's trying to make it in this corner. Did he call it?
He's got a good chance of making this ball. I like this shot.
There we are. Perfect bird's eye view of this one. Oh, what a... Oh, just a little... Went in a little bit too early.
It grabbed a little too early. And that, to tell you the truth, that's kind of hard to do on new cloth.
Yeah.
It
Must
really
have got a lot in it, George.
Yeah, he got a lot on that ball. Emil, who's back at the table, played in the Predator Austria Open and lost in the semifinal. So he's no stranger to this type of atmosphere. But to have your first match up against the defending champion can sometimes be daunting.
Yeah, good safety though he played. Paid off. Now, what's he going to do with a 9, George? Does it go past the 10?
Well, I think he may have been trying to nudge it a little bit on that shot and slide over for the 7. But he'd probably end up giving himself a good angle from the 8 to get to the 9. If I was in his shoes, that's what I'd be doing. But I'm not. I'm not 19 years old, and he's a aspiring professional player.
A bit quick.
Who
now needs a little love here. Is he going to get it?
He got the love because it didn't break up the 9-10.
Yeah, and he's
So
left.
that's
Well,
so
he's
important.
left a kind of a shot on this. He could play this with a lot of right hand side. Come twice across. Sorry, left hand.
I think he's just going to play off the right side of it and get behind the 10, or leave the 7 on the bottom rail and take the give him distance. And go to the top of the table with the cue ball.
Yeah, you like your safety, don't you? You
Yeah,
like the
I
percentage.
do like the safety.
Yeah.
It's huge percentage in the safety. Yeah, he chose behind the 9-10, but he's going to leave an opening.
It's gone wrong.
It just kind of leaked out.
Not sure, George. Just got a quick glimpse of that on the camera. I'm not sure if he can just get through to this. He's having a good look at it.
I don't think he can cut it to the side.
Yeah, you're right down the line of it where you're
Yeah, I am. I'm looking at it. It's very, very close. He's gone for shorty. He's gone for the jump cue.
He's gone for shorty. I like that.
Well, you know, all these young players that are coming around, as we've noticed in this last tournament we just had, and we see here, these guys are 19, 20 years old, 21. Victor Zielinski, who just did a great job here in our last tournament, and they're all 6'2", 6'3", and they're long and lanky, and they have that great big stroke to move that ball around so well. He gave it a shot.
Right.
It's going to end up 2 rails and the head rail and the cue ball down behind the 9-10. Look at this. KACI will kick to the right side just before the side pocket and try to get it 2 rails to go in the upper left-hand corner. He's looking at that and saying, okay, all I got to do is execute. This could happen. Oh, he's calling into the side.
He's going 1 rail then. He wants to catch this full in the face. A bit like a Will Smith Oscars.
Yeah, it's going to come down and give a great opening to the young man from Norway.
You missed my little joke there, George.
I did miss it. I did miss it.
Have you not seen the news today?
No, I haven't not turned on the TV in the past week that we've been here.
Will Smith at the Oscars last night gave Chris Rock a slap round the face.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
that tells me that somebody needs attention. Why else would somebody do something like that when they have to work with him all the time?
Apparently he offended his wife.
Ah.
And that's all we're going to say on the matter. Let's get back to the important business of this first match of this World 10 Ball 2022. Reigning champion. He will hold on to that title until he's out, I guess. Oh, I like this. Look at this for a shot. If that runs up behind the 9 and 10.
It did. It did.
That's a decent shot, and he's played some good safety, this guy.
Yeah. This game's gone on for a bit on little exchanges like that. It looks like he's going to have the 2-rail kick. He's going to 1-rail kick it. I like the 2-rail and playing it in the side.
Yeah,
2-rail off the side, head rail, and down. He's going to go. Well, I guess he's going to go. Well, he's got shorty again.
KACI saying anything you can do, I can do better.
And
or as well.
my money's on KACI. They're Fargos, folks. The
Wow, what a
number,
way he's played that. Oh, unlucky. Just overran it.
they're Fargo. KACI with an 8-18, 100 points over his opponent, who is at a 7-18.
So going by that, he should beat him by what, 4 racks?
4 racks.
So are you
3 or
predicting
4?
an 8-4 win
I
for
am not.
for
I'm
Eklund?
not. At this level, the young man catches a gear, and we know he's perfectly capable of coming with his own.
Right, look at this.
But the thing about it is they can't put any packages together because it's alternate break. So the best you can do is break and run out and hold your serve. And we're still in the first game.
Yeah, it's certainly been a long one.
Yeah, nice stop shot here once he makes this ball. KACI does that so well on those long straight ins, and he just likes to fire them in. He takes that nice long stroke.
Certainly a big man.
The Albanian, world champion at 19 years of age.
His friend, the policeman, is playing on the table just next to the arena. We'll keep you up to date with all the results. Let's just go and have a quick look around
Well, as you look around, I'll tell the
room.
viewers about Michaela Tab, who's our head referee. But now, you were saying.
Tell us all about Michaela
just
first,
did.
because I like her.
I just
She's
did.
great.
She's been fantastic.
So, yes, George, Albin Ocean is playing against Stephen Holland. They're 1-1. Alex Montpellier is 1-up against Levan Corteza. Piers Labutis from Lithuania is 1-up against Matt Shetner. Now, Ko Pinyi is in action. And he is 1-0 up against Chechen Sea. We know him, don't we? Remember?
Yes,
we
we
struggle with his
watched him.
name, just like I'm doing there, George. Who else have we got? Jason Shaw in action.
Yeah, he's got a 10 a.m. match.
Just looking through the scores, and I'll keep you updated when I see them.
And
Young Riku Rompinen is in action again. The young 14-year-old Finn from Finland. He's 1-0 up against Michael Schneider. And Alex Kazakis 1 down to Nicholas DeLeon. There you go. You're up to date.
he just read off a world of talent there that we.
Unbelievable.
128 players of the best players in the world right here in Las Vegas. If you were part of the CSI Expo, the BCA and World Championships in the USA, you'd be able to be here all for free. Watching these players, getting to know them. KACI with the 1 ball, having to come all the way around for a position on the 2 for a good safety, and he put some English on that ball. Will it spin away? It has spun away a little bit. He's going to have to kick it from the side he's standing on. Kick to that rail and over. Unless he decides to try to come between the 4 and the deuce by hitting the head rail first. I don't think that's going to be a decision he'll make. I didn't see him call anything, so he's just going to play safe and try to keep it on the behind the 4, and he hasn't. Now, will the young Norwegian play this 9 ball with the 2 rail first? Have that 2 ball flow go to the bottom left of your table, left of the screen here. Would you like that shot there, Mark? I was struggling with screen and table, okay?
I was waiting for you to make up your mind whether it was the screen or the table.
And he did play it.
He played it well. He needs a bit of love
well.
here on the
Yeah.
1, on the 2. Has he got it? He has got it. He's okay. He's got a shot at this, George.
You know, folks, we try to have a little fun in the booth, so it gives you something to laugh at. Us.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee that.
Mm-hmm.
We guarantee to make your Monday morning very, very enjoyable.
This will take a nice stroke. And he's missed it. I think the young man's feeling a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, and KACI senses that as well. He was straight out of his chair. He wants to get this done. He was actually here back in September when he won that title.
You were here for that, weren't you?
I was here, yeah. I wasn't
you
in the
were.
booth. I was cleaning
That was
the
your
balls.
first. That was your first time here.
I was cleaning the
That's
balls,
correct.
George.
I remember. I
on the
remember it
tables.
well because I was here.
You were sat there watching me work again.
Yeah, I think I called that match.
Becomes a habit.
What a nice shot, except for the cue ball.
Now then, look at the 210, but
no
it doesn't
early
count.
tens,
But it
yeah.
doesn't count. Of course it doesn't. I'm a day behind, George, or 2 days at least.
Yeah, we had a tournament just prior to this one. That was part of this series, Pro Billiard Series tournaments, the Alpha Las Vegas Open, where the 10 ball does count on early combinations, but they've changed the rule there in that Pro Billiard Series to where it does not count on the break anymore. And players are happy about that. A lot of the fans are happy about that, and it makes for just a little more interesting play, more excitement, because that's what we're after for you folks, excitement.
You're sounding very, very sprightly today, George. You must have enjoyed your day off. What did you do yesterday?
I had my Wheaties. Yesterday, I actually got down and hit balls on a pool table for about close to an hour.
Wow.
And then in the evening, when the players were practicing, they opened up the tables for players' practice. I was at the Salado booth with on the table there, and I hit a few racks.
Very nice. Great guys, the Salotto guys. Go and visit them. They'll give you a sticker, and they'll let you play on their 9-foot table.
Will he get behind this 6 and shoot it in the same pocket, or will he try to break it? He's going to come straight back. He should be able to get... yeah, there we go. That answered that question.
Beautiful shot. He can cut this in. It's a bit of a thin one.
Yeah, he's struggled with a couple shots along this line from this angle to the blind side.
I think he'll settle.
I'm sure he will. He's proven he can.
Oh, he played it in the side. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got on the 7, but forgot to pot the 6, George.
Well, it looks like KACI has a shot on the 6, but it's a back cut to the left-hand corner, and he has to slide it off the rail. I don't believe it goes straight in. And, of course, when you say that, they fire it straight in. Yeah, oh, he's got room.
Drawing low left. Oh, he's playing safe.
He's playing safe all the way up. Oh, look at a nice safety, too. Wow. What a good touch. He laid it in.
Yeah, he does play a lot of snooker as well, actually, and that was a real snooker shot, that was.
If I remember correctly in speaking with KACI, with Eklund, or Glenti, as he's called, Glenti KACI, he was a aspiring and great pool player in Albania, and then they asked him to take up snooker. So he did for a while, and showed some great promise there, but he loves pool, and he came right back to the pool world.
Well,
2017 WPA 9-ball semifinalist.
Hit the wrong ball, so it's ball in hand.
2021 world 10-ball champion right here in this arena last year, September.
So it looks like it's going to be 2-0.
We will go to a commercial break once these 3 balls are in the pocket, and the players will catch their breath. Well, we're not going to a break. We're going to stay with you, and we'll watch the First Lady of Pool, Michaela Tabb, racking the balls. One of the best referees, if not the best referee on planet Earth. She's been doing Moscone Cups since Gosh, 2099, I think it is. We were talking about that just early.
2099. That is a long time.
The year 2000 or the year 1999, somewhere in those lines.
We've got some more scores for you, George. Alex Pagulayan is playing against the guy that sponsored the US Pro Billiard Series, Esteban Robles. And Esteban has taken the first rack against Alex Pagulayan. He's 1-0 up. Kazaki's now 2 down to Nicholas De Leon. Riku Rompinen still 1 up. Jesko Fortunski, the butcher, is 2-0 up against Alan Roland Rosado. And Tommy Tokop is 1-0 up against Eklan Kachi's friend, Spahiu, Bezar Spahiu.
The nice 3-ball goes right into the side pocket directly behind the 1. And he's going to have the 1 to play off the 8 if this 2-ball gets by. Oh, it might not play off the 8. It won't play to the corner. I think the 10-ball has him. So we'd be looking at probably, if it doesn't go into the side between the 4-8, he's going to probably put the cue ball.
Yeah, we got 5 days of action, George, of this. And then the ladies start as well on the 30th, don't they?
They start on Friday, yes.
Yeah.
The Alpha Las Vegas Women's Open will be the last 2 days of this one.
And we'll have some matches for you from that on the Saturday. So looking forward to watching the women play. Some great talent as well here for that. Jennifer Beretta in town, Alison Fisher, Kelly Fisher.
He had room and he executed perfectly. Now he's got a little problem with the 7-ball.
One of my favourites, Monica Webb as well. She arrives today. Looking forward to meeting Monica.
And here in Las Vegas, you were trotting around the strip with Kelly Fisher, were you not?
I was. I got a very nice VIP invite to the Venetian. I'm glad it was a VIP invite because I could never afford to go there. Wow, what a place that is.
Yeah, Vegas is the land of lots of interesting things.
The land of... Sounds like you're making it up as you go along, George.
I've done that all my life.
That's exactly what we do, right?
That's what we do. Sometimes we can entertain you, sometimes we can get laughed at, and sometimes we can get scorned at.
We're like Chris Rock. We roll with the punches.
I like that one. That was a good one. Little fact for you.
Oh.
128 players.
Yeah.
How many Americans?
Oh, now this will be a guess because I haven't even had a look at it. I'm going to have a guess and say 26.
Awfully close. I came up with about 30, give or take 1 or 2.
Nice cross spank. Oh, where's the cue ball going? No, that's a little bit careless. Very careless from KACI.
Another little tiny...
Uncharacteristic, George, that was. Another little tiny what?
Little tiny fact. Out of the final 64... Now, this was talked about in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, in our commentary. Out of the final 64 in our last tournament, how many Americans were left? Out of the 192 players.
2.
Out of the final 64?
Oh, 6.
12. Now, that's a fact. Out of the final 32, there was 5. And the final 16?
0.
No Americans to be found.
Yeah, you got some good players in this, though. Sky Woodward here, Billy Thorpe is here. Shane Van Bonen, of course, got to be one of the favourites for this tournament as well.
He would love to win this and tuck this title under his belt. The world champion in America. It'd be the first time for him.
Yeah.
It's one he doesn't own. So if you like Shane, now you know who to root for.
Yeah, I was going through some previous winners of this, George. 2008, Darren Appleton. 2009, Mika Immonen. Luigi C beat Jianbo Fu 11-8 in 2011 final. Ko Pin Yi beat Carlo Biardo in 2015, 11-9. Ko Ping Chung, 2019, beat Joshua Filler. And
That was your
last year at KACI. He beat Naoki Oi 10-6 in the final.
Who won in 2020?
There wasn't one.
Why?
Because it got interrupted by the Big C.
Yes. The ugly COVID raised its head, and in fact, we had the Diamond Las Vegas Open prior to it, and on our day off, they sent us home. They said no World 10 ball due to COVID. And then the next day, they closed down Las Vegas.
So this 10 ball then, we are going to close our transmission just for a couple of minutes, but we'll be back with rack number 4.
And we are back with Emil Andre Gangflot, Norwegian 19-year-old sensation, to break the balls here in the 4th rack, trailing 1-2 to our champion from last year, reigning champion, KACI. They're both young.
Talking about young sensations, Riku Rompinen, just 14 years old from Finland, is 2-0 up now against Swiss Michael Schneider. So what about that?
Well, we got a dry break here and a shot at the 1.
Yeah, look at the balls, George. They've set up really nicely.
Yeah, but he's in a place where he's going to have to draw it back a little bit. Yeah, he's got it to get on this 2 ball. Now, Glenty might just go ahead and settle for the bank on the 2, but I think he draws it up to play it in the same pocket. Let's take a look at what he does here. He'll put a nice stroke on this, very controlled stroke. He might even bump it.
Yeah, he might do.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if he's straight enough to do that, but he'll be going pretty close to it. Love to nudge it up over the side pocket, George.
Oh, that would be an excellent shot.
Don't think he's got it, though. Yeah, didn't have the angle. Too thin.
This is a tough shot. That was tough to get good on the ball. Now he's going to have to look for a safety. Or will he cut it down the rail? Well, there's not much this man can't do on the pool table. I tell you, he just, at a very young age, he's become a master.
As Earl Strickland might say, he's good, but he ain't great.
Yet. That comes from a quote from Earl Strickland in one of their past matches.
That was in England, wasn't it?
You know, it's kind of disappointed not to see Earl at these events. He was
Yeah.
here. Was he here last year or the year? He was here the year before that, in 2019. He did go for the cut.
Oh, he's gone for it, and that
Well,
was a very risky shot to take on, and he's going to pay the price for it.
well, so far, the young Norwegian hasn't punished him for mistakes.
I always find it strange when players don't arrive in the arena till the last minute. Emil never got here till about 15 minutes before the match. They are allowed to come and practice on the match table when you are playing the next match on it. That's the only time you are allowed to practice on the arena table. And then KACI didn't get in till about, I reckon, about 10 minutes before. But at least he's here.
Yes. If the players are late for a scheduled match, 5 minutes late is 1 game penalty. 15 minutes late, and they get forfeited.
It's happened to him before. On 2 occasions, I believe. It happened here last year. And it happened in the UK as well, I think, recently at the Pool Players Champion, the League
See,
Championship.
There's where I mean that Emil has not made him pay. He pocketed the ball, came up a little high for position, but still had a makeable shot, and he just overcut it a hair.
It just shows you they don't often use the bridge players these days, and it shows in some of their technique when they go to use it. They don't practice with it. It's all about putting extensions on your cue these days, or playing the other-handed, isn't it?
That's a great point, Mark. But another thing about these 2 players in particular is they're tall. They can reach most shots. So they don't use the bridge that often. Emil looks to be, what, 6'3"? KACI's a good 6'5".
It's certainly 2 big guys.
Long straight into the corner, but there's no pocket there.
I'll tell you what, there's a great battle between the 2 Dutch players, Mark Bijsterbosch and Tim de Ruyter. It's double Dutch, and they're sharing the spoils. It's just gone 2-1 to Mark Bijsterbosch. Mark done very well in the US Pro Billiard Series Las Vegas Open.
Yeah, I was going to say when Emil lined up that bank shot, I was going to say look out for the double kiss, because when they're lined up directly straight into the long pocket or into a pocket, to cross the bank usually results in a kiss. Unless you really do a good job of getting the cue ball out of the way. Got you to go for the bank here, I'm pretty sure. No, he went for a safety, and I can see why. He's got the 5-7-4.
Wow.
And here comes Shorty. Although I think this is a better kick shot than it is a jump shot.
Yeah, he is gonna play with his playing cue. He's gonna kick these 2 rails and clip it in. It should slide over for the 4 if he plays it at the right pace.
Yeah, KACI with his height plays with an extension on his Predator cue.
Wow, that's a bad miss.
As does Emil on his Mez cue. They both have, appears to be like a 6-inch extension.
He was about a foot out on that kick shot there, straight in the pocket.
Actually, Emil's is about a 2-inch extension. Well, if KACI can steal this rack from Emil, he'll lead 3-1 and be breaking, which is an advantage. Anytime you're at the table, I believe you have the advantage. Behind the 6.
Oh, don't go behind there. Oh, dear. Has he nudged it enough? Little bump? I don't think so. I'm looking down the line. He can't spot it. He's got an edge of it, I think, but he won't be making this. Famous last words. He's called the side. Did he call the side?
Yeah, he's called the side. He's kicking it in the side. Kicking it to the side pocket. It's a good shot.
Oh, that is a great shot. Brilliant. Well judged.
Mm-hmm.
So difficult to judge that absolutely perfectly like that.
You know what's funny, Mark, is I've seen, and I forget who puts it on there, on YouTube, kicking one rail. I've seen shots that kind of help you to do that. I've seen videos, excuse me.
I saw a great video this morning of Florian Venom Kola playing trick shots. He told me he was going to do this when I interviewed him. I said, so what's going to be next for you? You know, how far can you push the boundaries? You've taken the cloth off the rails to do trick shots. What are you going to do next? He said, I'm going to take the cloth off the table and play trick shots. And he put it on there last night. Absolutely brilliant, that guy. Check it out, guys. Florian Venom Kola. The trick shot world champion.
On YouTube?
On Facebook. I'm sure it's on
okay.
YouTube as well, but it's on his Facebook page if you want to go to that. Florian Venom Kola. And
it looks like he is going to steal this game from Emil and take that 3-1 lead. And he will be breaking.
So let's just take you round the room then, keep you up to date with what's going on. Jason Shaw is 4-1 up against Carl Akalu. Isn't that a dance?
Akalu? Not that I know of.
Kento Oda is 4-1 down to Roman Hebler from Czech. Bazar Spahiu is 2-1 down now against Tommy Tokopf. Mieszko Fortunski 2-1 up. Mark Beisterbosch has taken a 3-1 lead over fellow countryman Tim de Reiter, 3-1. Hunter Lombardo 4-0 up against Daniel Schneider. What a great score that is. Some ladies noticing themselves on the screen. Alex Kazakis 2-1 down now. He's pulled one back against Nicholas DeLeon. Paggy Lyon now retaken the lead against Esteban Robles 2-1. And back to this table, Declan KACI leading 3-1.
Little high English on that ball, bringing the cue ball all the way back down to the bottom of the table. Long shot on the 1. Is that the 2 behind the 7, or is that the 8?
I think it's the 6, isn't it?
It's the 6, yeah. It's hard to tell them apart sometimes. The lighting is fantastic here with the Predator Arena lights. There's 7 of them above this arena, 1 directly over the table and 6 around it, surrounding it. Every so often you can catch the reflection on the balls when the camera view zooms down on it.
So let's watch the cueing arm of the reigning champion, Declan KACI. Nice smooth stroke here he needs. Lots of top. Yeah, just not cueing well. And that's what comes, I think, you know, not getting here too late in the arena, not getting that arm going, George, not, you know, freeing yourself up, getting used to the lighting, of course. That's another big thing. You come out of the darkness into this bright arena.
I don't know how accurate this statement is, but I remember hearing that it takes your eyes approximately 20 minutes to adjust when you walk in a room if it's brightly lit, especially for playing pool. I remember that from a long time back in the days of the camel tours and back in there.
Causes extension, as you see. Each player gets 1 30-second extension per rack. How has he left it? He has just bumped it enough. How does he get to the 2 though, George?
Well, he'll have to scratch to do that. I'm waiting for you to respond to that.
I'm still trying to work out what you mean.
Yes, 2 balls not on the table.
Oh, is it? Of course it's not. That's weird, isn't it?
But it's how does he get to the 6? And the 6 appears to go by the 7. Well, actually, after the 4, it'll be easy.
Is that the one that looks like the 2?
Yes, that's the one we thought it was a 2. Remember at the very beginning, I called it the 2, the 8, or the 6. You said it was the 6. Now, see, if it doesn't go by, he's gonna have to move it because he can't hold the cue ball there. I don't think he can hold the cue ball there. He can surprise me and use a lot of right English on this ball and try to hold it, but more than likely he'll clip the top of the 7 and play the 6 on the side. Or will he play it in the corner? Hard to hold it. Yeah, he went to move it.
And
yes, he had
prime
to do
example there of a player not concentrating on making the shot. He was concentrating on the cue ball, and it showed because he missed it.
That outside English can sometimes lead you astray. Move that ball just enough that you'll miss. Big break for Emil. Gangflot. Emil Andre Gangflot.
What a chance this is gifted to him by KACI.
And he will have the break since it's alternate and can steal one back. He's going to steal this one, or could steal this one, and then hold his own and tie things up. By the time KACI comes back to the table, we could be tied.
Nice little draw across the face of the 10 here, low, the cue ball.
A little too much, but he's okay. Should be okay. He did miss a 3 ball just like this to the opposite pocket.
Yeah, he did. Just a little nervy one. He's okay though, in it goes, and we're going to go just for a short break, and we'll be back soon. 3-2.
We are back after giving you a word from our sponsors. I guess it wasn't a word, it was just a video.
Yeah, got a result to bring you. Our first one of this year's Predator World 10 Ball Championships. Albin Ocean wasted no time in beating Stephen Holland, who incidentally went very deep in the last Alpha Las Vegas Open the other day. He's beaten Stephen Holland 8 racks to 2. He advances to round 2.
Well, to give you an example of Stephen Holland's abilities, he defeated KACI in the final 32, I believe. in the
He's
shootout.
Strong player.
He's out of Canada. Alberta, I believe. I met him. I met him and his friend Joe Spence at the Jam Up billiard booth. Nice young man. He was thinking about moving to Phoenix, Arizona.
Just wants to be nearer to you, George.
He just wants to play something. He wants my money. Might not get it. I don't play much.
Yeah, you mentioned Jam Up there. They've teamed up with Predator, and they are now producing shirts. That was a clever, intelligent shot there, breaking up the 3. And hooking KACI behind this 7 ball. And you know, this can go wrong for KACI. He's missed a couple of easy-ish balls for him in this opening match.
Well, but we're a ways from the final 8. Takes 8 games to win the set, or the match. And then there's always the other side. But when it gets down to the final 32, there is no other side. There's no tomorrow for this tournament.
Are you talking about the dark side?
I'm talking about the final 32, the second stage of this tournament that goes into the final knockout round. Two-rail kick. I believe he hit that. It looked really close, but he hit the 2-ball first. Michaela Tab was right on top of it. A rather thin cut and almost a split hit, but he hit it pretty good. Will the young Norwegian mount a comeback here and tie things up on his break?
I was mentioning some top women players that are coming, already arrived. Is Yasmin Ocean, sister of the man who's just gone through to the second round, Albin.
Well, KACI will come to the table with an open shot on the 3. Cue ball will be tracking towards the 5, and he can do what he needs to do to get where he wants to go. Will he try to travel the cue ball directly to the 10 off the rail? And he does. Ends up with a nice position for the 5.
He's pushed the 8, that's okay.
Yeah. But he's left himself over a ball, but not a real tough shot.
Don't sit on that table, Eklund. You might turn it over.
He's a big man.
He's a big man. I don't think he weighs 1,000 pounds, though.
Those are the nice looking, good playing. You know, these tables have been all over the world. These are the tables they use in Austria. So they get shipped around and banged around, and but they're playing nice. Things are looking real good for Eklund to steal his game away, and he'll have the break in the next game to open up a lead. A 3-game lead he could open up.
Yep, this will put him at the halfway stage.
Yeah, he could just stop it and play the 9-ball in the opposite corner, or come over and do that, whichever you're most comfortable with.
These are the kind of layouts you love.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does take a 2-game lead. Now with the break and a good rack from Michaela. And The young man from Norway might be looking at a 3-game deficit. It is a race to 8, and 3-game deficits, even in alternate break formats, can be overcome rather quickly.
Yeah, Kento Olda playing against Roman Ibla has a 3-game deficit. He's 5-2 down.
That's the good Czech player from living in Germany, right? We watched him play Max Eberle in the past tournament, and we watched him in another great match where he really represented well. He played well.
He beat Skylar Woodward.
Yeah, he played real well.
Yeah.
There goes the 8.
Hunter Lombardo, just to finish off the latest updates, is 5-1 up now against Daniel Schneider. Now that result does, or that latest score, should I say, does surprise me.
That's a close match. In fact, I kind of like Daniel in that match, but Hunter, his game has been coming along.
He's been working hard.
He's
no
working
one
hard.
works harder than Hunter.
I think he's played in just about every one of these Pro Billiard Series events.
He has indeed. Very intense character, very focused. Good friends with Torsten Homan, of course. They play a lot together. Good friends.
In the New York area?
Yeah, I think Hunter's moved now, actually. I think I've read he's moved somewhere.
Well, he's going to come a long way from
Whoa,
the 2.
He's lost the cue ball.
He's
done
come
that a few
along.
times.
And this cue ball, no, he'll be okay. I was going to say that cue ball could track towards that corner pocket, but he's got a nice angle where he can avoid it, and he can probably get straight in on the side pocket. He's got all pockets available to him for the 3.
He's sponsored by Predator.
Yes, he is.
KACI, and he's wearing what looks like a leopard print top. What cat is the Predator? Is that a panther?
It's a panther. The Predator Panther. And the only patch he has on, I believe, is the Town Tips. So he's got the Predator and Town Tips. He's playing with a beautiful Predator block. Looks like he has the 3-14-3 on the shaft.
My favourite shaft. Called an extension, so he'll get up and start again. Now he can concentrate.
They have brand new Predator cloth on these tables.
Mika Immonen, who was runner-up in the Las Vegas Open, the Alpha Las Vegas Open. Actually, his name, Mika, the M, that's him in town. All named after guys that own the company, and he is the M of town.
That is an interesting fact. I did not realize that.
Another great player, Jonas Ottonen from Finland. He's the O in town. Oh, this is nice.
He made such a beautiful shot.
And he's made it.
Yeah. Go on, go.
Damn. No, that's it.
Yeah, he made a beautiful shot to stick behind the 6, and the ball flies into the side pocket from an angle that you don't expect it to go in.
Oh, look at this, George. He's going to straighten this up off this route.
He's going to have to come
Cut it
almost straight
inside.
across. Oh, nice
Oh,
try.
unlucky.
Eklund showed us a couple of nice shots there, except that he did not want to make the 2. You know, as I look across the other tables, the outside, there's a very young man playing. It looks like on one of the lower tables. See him on the right there?
Yeah, that's playing against Roman Hebler.
Okay. He looks 14 years old, 12 years old. Eklund didn't sit long.
Yeah, he's not taking his chances, is he? Young Emil, he's had a few.
Keep in mind the player's on a 30-second time clock. They have a 30-second extension. They actually have 60 seconds after the break where they can plan their attack for the rack. The rack attack. Little cut in the side here, and he'll probably play the 4-ball in the center. Oh, he's going to go to the corner. More control.
Yeah.
He's kind of shying away from the fast table.
Yeah, be running super fast, super slick.
Yeah, you cut that in the side and go to the head rail and come back towards the 4. He could overrun it and, you know, could find himself in trouble. So he played it in the corner. Good decision. And Eklund makes a lot of those. Well, the great thing about rotation is the numbers of the ball tells you where the cue ball is going to go. Well, he's got to play safe for the 6, so he's not going to move it very far.
No.
And now he's got to play safe for the 7, so he's going to come up either to the middle. Yeah, nice little angle to go to the middle of the table.
Just writing down a little question for you, George, that I'm going to put to you very soon.
It's going to put me on the spot. He likes to do
love
that.
being put on the spot. Come on.
I thought the cutest question was when you asked me how many weddings take place in Las Vegas on a daily basis. And I said 26. And what was it? 300?
Yes.
He got one of these facts of Las Vegas, you know, trivia.
I've got
Las
more,
Vegas
trust
trivia.
me. I've got lots more.
I'm sure you do. You probably bought the book.
Don't tell anyone. I stole it off the internet.
Yeah, well, after this 10-ball, you can pull it out and get some questions because we're going to go to a break.
And it goes 5-2.
Trailing 2-5. Emil Andre Gangflot from Norway to break the balls here in a race to 8. It's slipping away from him, so he's got to right the ship.
He needs to sink some balls, not the ship.
That's it. I like that, Mark. 9 ball on the side? No. Denied. 1 ball? Denied. Cue ball? Not the cue
Not
ball.
denied.
Not denied. Ouch. The last thing you want when you're trailing 5-2 is to scratch on the break.
Yeah, especially in, alternate breaks. It's your big chance to.
And he's made a nice break. This looks actually very runnable. Maybe we will have a full rack run, the first one of the set so far. Maybe. We've seen some unexpected misses.
Quite unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter Lombardo now 6-2 up over Daniel Schneider. One of the outside tables.
Came back far enough. Now my question here is he going to ease this over, or will he kind of stun the cue ball right into the 7 for position on the 4 on the side?
Well, it's a little bit dangerous that, but see how confident he feels.
Yeah, he controls his cue ball very well. No.
Checked it beautifully, stroked it in. That was lovely.
Yeah, sure was. Very well done.
How does he get to the 5?
That's
Big shot here.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
He just came up off of it. It's one of the problems of getting a playing position to the side pockets is if you don't get right on your object ball with the correct angle to move up table or down table, you now have to run it around.
Yeah, he's almost, he would love to be having a bigger angle than this. He's really, well, it calls the extension.
Well, the buzzer went off, but he called extension prior to that.
Yeah, he'd already called extension.
And if you're on the bottom left-hand part of your screen is actually the clock underneath the players, underneath the scoreboard. This is tight. And to get the cue ball around for the 5, he's going to play safe instead.
For that reason, decided against it. Intelligent shot. Why make the ball if you can't get to the next ball? Especially when you've got an easy safety on.
Yeah, that was a very bright shot. It's kind of like the lights. Brilliant.
Wow. Shot it quickly in the end.
It's going to have a safety.
It's turned out okay. You'll be happy with that, George.
I have a feeling he's going to find that. Emil's going to find that cue ball down here by the 7 ball, behind the 7-10.
Oh, it's a thin one though.
Yeah, it's a real thin cut on the 4.
Need to keep your head dead still on these.
Does he run the 4 down or the cue ball down? No.
Well, he's trying to hit the 5, I think. There, the 5 or the. I was trying to just carry him into the 5 there. Just missed it. Lost the cue ball, and it's followed the 4 ball down the table.
I missed a call on that one. I'm surprised that he went that route.
Yeah, he was relying solely on getting the billiard onto the 5. Well, that's a little bit careless.
Can you see any part of it is a question. I mean, he might be able to see the top part of the 2.
Yeah, the part he wants to see, because he's going to bury him behind the 5 and 6 here.
You know, it's there. Nice call, Mark. It's there. It lays real nice. Except that the 4 ball is going to remain in front of the pocket. So if he doesn't get there, he might be leaving a shot.
He's coming behind the 10, look.
If he can do that, yeah, he would.
Keeping it simple.
It's going to be right up. No, it's going to leak out. And he's left an open ball. What do you like here, Mark?
If he can hit enough of it, I like playing the 4 into the 6, a thin one, and come down here in between the rail and the 8, and hopefully get cover behind the 10 or the 7, somewhere like that.
I like banking the 4 straight down the table right into the 10.
Okay.
Let's see what he chooses to do. He might even choose to play the 4 off the 5 to the corner, but he didn't call anything, so.
Yeah.
He chose the side for cover.
He chose the Taya Shea way.
No, I liked it right at the 10. He back cut that to use that 8-9 cover. He made an improvement on what I thought he might do.
Now, in the background, you might hear some announcements going on, guys. That's because we have the USA Pool League National Championships going on and also the BCA World Championships. Guys been playing in the leagues throughout the year. And here they are playing their finals, over 5,000 of them. And it really is a fantastic event, this, the CSI Expo. Over 5,000 players and 320 tables in total.
I'm going to give a shout out to James Leonard, player out of Tucson, Arizona, who I know very well. He won a world title here this past week in the BCA World Championships.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. I play with him on a league in Tucson, Arizona. Or I used to. I stopped playing that league. Everybody was beating me too bad, so I stopped. I'm teasing.
If you're doing a shout out, I'm going to do one as well, George. I wasn't going to, but I will. I had a message here from Massier Will, and he said, would you please say hello to Emil Fredrikstad, billiard club mates, Max Saber and Bastian. And he's going to buy me a big drink when I go to Thailand for doing that. That's
there
nice
you go.
Him, isn't it? If you need any more shout-outs, let me know.
Especially if it involves free drinks, right? You know, I remember doing a tournament, doing a live stream on a tournament many, many years ago. Well, quite a few years ago. Anyway, and someone ordered in the bar, and they sent us a shot of some pretty expensive tequila. And they brought it over, and it was quite. We were quite grateful for that.
Talking about tequila, George, look out to our left over there on the advertising boards and
Rums of Puerto Rico. We could have a shot of rum
when the tournament's over.
When the tournament's over,
I'll have a nice shot of rum with you.
There you go. Nice kick again by Clenty.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Nice kick.
Pierce Labutus 6-1 up over Matt Shetner. Now that's a good result. Lee Van Corteza 7-1 up over Alex Montpellier. Jason Shaw 5-2 up. Ko Pinyi is now 5-2 up. And the youngster playing against Roman Hebler is making a comeback. He's now just 4-5 down.
Ball in hand for the Albanian.
It's the second time he's hit the 7 instead of the 6.
Yeah, the way he does his hair, he looks like an Albanian prince, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Such a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. I think I met him. He was like 18 or maybe 19 in Phoenix, Arizona a few years back. First time.
I made a joke about him on Facebook once and actually came face to face with him.
Mm.
And he jokingly
raised
a fist to me.
Oh, yeah?
And I said, I'm so sorry what I said. It was only a joke. He said, no, you're good, man. You're good.
He is. I walked by him in the hall, I think it was last night, and he came over and gave me a fist bump. Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, well, he almost gave me a fist in the face. He almost Chris rocked me.
I'll take a fist bump over a fist in the face from him. He's a little bit bigger than we are. This is for a 6-2 lead, these 2 balls. And that will be kind of hard to overcome for the young man from Norway.
Oh, slid it in off the rail.
the defending champion for a lead here. 6-2.
Well, I'm sure if he wasn't good at pool, he'd make a very good boxer, George.
Is he fast enough on his feet? Boxing takes a lot of footwork, sir.
I don't know. I haven't really seen. Not very fast on his feet. He's always late. Perhaps it's because he walks too slow.
He might give you another fist.
Perhaps he has slow feet.
Yeah, when he listens to this, he might give you another fist in the air.
You know, it's amazing how many players actually listen back
very
and
few.
Watch their. Well,
What do you think? I think it's very few.
You'll be surprised. It's a new way of
looking around,
looking back on their performance, and I could name 3 off the top of my head that do.
Go ahead.
Federgorst does it. Torsten Holman.
Yeah, Torsten does a great job. In fact, I think when I was in Ohio, he played back his mistakes. He had a reel of his mistakes that he wasn't happy with.
They always say you learn more from your mistakes than you do from your victories.
6-ball. Open shot on the 1. Will he play safe behind the 8-9?
When I used to be practicing snooker when I was a youngster, we never had phones, of course. The only thing we had was big video cameras, and they took about like the ones we use here, really. And you used to carry that to the snooker hall, and your arms were aching before you even started playing, just taking the camera with you. Then you had to transfer it all onto a video cassette, and it was a nightmare. Nowadays, it's just so easy to set up your phone and watch, film yourself and watch yourself back. It's a great tool for learning.
Mark, I think we're going to see our first break and run.
Are you calling it?
I'm calling it.
A little bit tree-topped here over the 5. No problem. That's one of Tony Robles' famous sayings. He's got a few of them, and he will be in the booth with me for the next game. We're not quite sure who it is yet. We'll let you know as soon as we know.
Do you think he'll go around the 10 or just come down to the bottom rail and back up for the 5?
Here's your answer.
There it is.
Yeah, it's nice here for the 8 and the 9, and then back down for the 10. And he'll be on the hill, George. Played that with a nice bit of right-hand English. About hitting it about 2 o'clock on the cue ball. Give himself a nice angle on this.
This is
a little bit straight.
This is the most work he's had to do to get position. And it wasn't much work. Is it going to try? It's going to go all the way down to the bottom. Oh no, it held up. Look at that nice spin.
A little bit of English on it.
Yeah, look at that nice.
Just became reverse spin as it hit that last rail. So on the hill, excellent KACI, and then we're going to go for a break. We'll be back very soon with the conclusion.
We're back. In this alternate format, it looks like Emil gets to break the balls, trailing 7-2. He's got to keep KACI from winning that last game. Opening round match, 9-ball. Shot on the 1. The young man can do himself some good and show some heart here by running these out. Everything's open.
I think both players now used to the table, and KACI certainly in full flow.
Yeah, KACI reeled off 4 games in a row against his opponent to take this lead.
Wow, he's just not at the races today.
You can see why he's down 7-2.
Yeah, I mean, the guy can play.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good record, George, hasn't he? Double junior champion.
Nice shot. Will it travel too far? It has not.
Yeah, this is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, this is laying pretty nice for KACI.
Big window here to get on the 3-ball.
Can't overrun the 3. More than likely, he plays the 2 and bringing the cue ball down. He'll probably run into the 6 if he comes that close to it. I doubt that he does. Oh, he's missed the 2.
Oh, he's overcut it, and I can only put that down to thinking
look
about
what
the cue
happens.
ball again.
Look what happens. He apologizes for hooking him on the 5, with the 5.
I wonder if players actually mean it when they raise their hand, or whether they're just sort of doing it because out of politeness that they think they should.
I don't think they're apologizing. I think they're recognizing that they got a little bit of a roll there.
Yeah, nicely said. So, Massey, and he's caught it too thin. Now then, is he going to have the same luck that KACI had? He is.
KACI might spin this one in. You know, here's where the height really comes into play. This is a hard shot to make a little bit of a massé on. But with his height, he can reach it and execute it. This takes a little spin to go rail first. Or right at it, and it's all up to KACI on how he wants to play it. Let's see if I guess he can see the whole ball. No, he's spinning the ball.
You see, guys,
Oh,
right-hand
yep,
English.
he went.
Rail
He
first.
went to the rail first. Yeah.
Safer way of playing it, of course.
Going for this bank mark.
2 balls straight back.
Yep.
I was at the Derby City.
Oh, did you go to? I've never been to Derby.
Haven't you?
No, I've never been to Derby.
Wow. Yep, I've been, and
It's too cold there for me. It's always at that time of year, and it's cold in Kentucky or wherever they keep it.
you don't have to be outside, George. You can stay inside. Just book into your hotel and stay there all
Cold.
week.
Cold, Mark.
Not inside, it's not.
Cold, Mark.
No. What's the matter with you, man?
Cold. Yes, there he showed some touch.
Yeah, for a big guy, he's got a very gentle touch when he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice cueing. Now beginning to get his cue through the ball.
I have a feeling that Emil Andre Gangflot will be shaking hands when he comes out of his chair, or a fist bump.
You're saying when he walks back to the table, he'll be cueless, are you?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
This is the first game of 5 today planned. Midday is our next, then 2, 4, 6, and 8.
We don't have it 2 o'clock, do we? I thought it was 10, 12, 4, 6, and 8. We're only doing 5 matches.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Thanks, George.
It'll be that way all week, folks. $226,000 in prize money, $60,000 to the winner. $40,000 to second place, $20,000 to third, fourth, $8,000 to fifth through 8th, $37.50 from 9th through 16th, and $1,500 from 17th. Uh-oh, trouble. To 32nd. It's not going to be to shake hands. It's going to be to make 2 balls and.
Oh, he's going to bring his cue with him. He's not cueless.
Yeah, and KACI is thinking about that shot.
Wow. What happened there?
An unexpected kiss. Kisses are not all good.
Well, in it goes. And we thought we were just going to go and get a cup of tea or something. And now, at least one more rack. KACI sat there. Can't believe it.
Well, actually, you know, all of a sudden this can kind of get a little tricky because Emil has yet to break and run a rack, and here's his opportunity. Let's see, we've got 7, 3 is 10. No, it's not. KACI will be breaking.
Got
On the
another
ultimate.
result for you.
Awesome.
Another 2 results, actually, George. P.S. Labutus has beaten Matt Shetner 8-1. And Roman Hebler has beaten Kento Oda 8-4.
Meanwhile, KACI has given one back to the young man from Norway.
Jason Shaw on the hill against Carl Akalu, 7-3. And Jia Chen Xia has pulled back 2 racks. He trails Ko Pin Yi 5-4. Back to the action on this beautiful arena. Thoughts on this rack, George? How's the layout?
It starts out with a no shot. So the way KACI draws the ball here, I wouldn't mind shooting this one ball with straight draw to get back to where he's at now, because that one ball comes to the left side of the table, and there's 4 balls to play safe to. He's going to cut it thin, it looks like, and go around it. He's not going to like this. I don't think he's going to like. No, he's not going to like this at all.
Wow, how many scratches have we seen today? I think
I
it's
know,
about the
2 in a
5th.
row for sure.
Yeah, well, I think we've seen 5. So
Yeah.
1 off the break. And I think 2 by Emil as well.
Well, the young man is it too little too late in the opportunities he's gotten. Whatever it is, he's got to execute.
I was going to ask you a question, George.
I hope I can answer it.
A big topic is shot routine. Now, how do different people go about playing a shot?
Mm-hmm.
Explain to the viewers in 30 seconds, and you've got no extension.
Pre-shot routines.
Pre-shot routine.
Line it up with your feet from the middle, and then step into the shot. I like the butt of the cue over the inside heel and the back of the back foot, and the front foot aimed in the line of the shot. Everything, if you step into the shot just right, everything should line up. If you do that every time, and you practice that, you will be rather successful.
And then the second half, when you're down on the shot?
When you're down on the shot, you deliver the stroke. But before you get down on the shot, you do your aiming. Let's watch KACI. Well, you can't see KACI here on the screen as I look at it. He's going to go for a different cue.
He's gone for a short. That looks like a little knitting needle in his hands, doesn't it? It's like a little chopstick. It looks like
And he's going to make it smaller.
He's going for a Chinese. He's going to take another bit off it.
He trimmed some off. He's going to jump this and try to make it in the side pocket. Careful for the third scratch in a row.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, it's worked.
That was a nice shot. He's got shape on the 5 as well. Here we see the replay. Watch this cue ball. Up and over. Lands right on it. In the perfect place.
Well, I think the defending champion will close this out.
Well, you said that before, George.
I did say that, and then he
And he
pissed off a
scratched.
ball and scratched and gave his opponent a 2-ball out with ball in hand.
That's the beauty of this game. You never know what's going to happen next.
Well, the beauty and the frustration. Got to be a little careful here. And he must have heard me. He's double checking.
Speak a little bit quieter, George. We can't be giving these pros any tips.
Yeah, they won't take him from me, that's for sure. He's in trouble.
Well, you keep calling these games, George. It's all over, and then all of a sudden,
He gets in
something
trouble on the last
happens.
3 balls.
Now, does this slide up past the 9?
He might be able to slide it. I'd like him just banking it with pocket speed and using the 10 ball.
Yeah, he's called it.
Slow one pocket bank to defend it. He's made it.
Oh, great shot. Surely now it must be over.
He still has to get good on the 10 because the first game and the last game are the hardest to win in a match.
Well, you won't say it's plain sailing, his first match defending his title, because he's had a few little hiccups along the way, but this does look like it, and we're going to be back very, very soon. The champion through to the next round.